Earlier this year, we spoke to Vadym Bondar about his experiences of being a quizzer in a country under invasion, and also about his competition, the Knowledge Facts Ladder.
I'm delighted to be speaking to Vadym Bondar from Kharkiv in Ukraine. Hello, Vadym.
Hello, Gareth. Hello.
It's been quite the eventful year for you. So, obviously, last year, Russia invaded Ukraine. And in Kharkiv, you're kind of on the front line of all of that. How did that impact your kind of quizzing life?
I mean, on 24th February, I didn't have internet, and the connection was, my phone connection was very low at the moment. So now when I had an opportunity to tell something to everyone who from the league, I just told them I'm okay. Their league is obviously on hiatus, on pause at the moment. Sorry, I can't write quizzes at the moment. So because my life at the time was, I spent a lot of time in my bathroom, because it's like technically it's like the safest place in my apartment, just because you have two walls, which is safer for everyone here. So I spent a lot of time there. I actually slept there. I had like some kind of bad, but first 2 months were crazy, because I just doom scrolled my phone with doom scrolled news, tried to follow everything I could at the time, because there were a lot of news. Things changed very fast, and I constantly heard shelling in the city. I'm very lucky, because I live in a part of Kharkiv which hasn't been shelled, I would say, because the closest big shell was in March, like 1.5 kilometers from me. That was my school, and they destroyed my school, which I went to this school for 10 years, but they destroyed it. Yes, that's probably the closest one from me, and we are really lucky here, because we don't have damaged buildings. But I wasn't in northern part of the city, and it's terrible when you see it on screen, on videos, and in the news. It's terrible, but it's twice terrible when you see it in life, like in person. That's disaster.
And when it's places as well, I'm sure that just must be.
Yeah. I mean, I was at these places like before, just when the life was normal, and that's not very nice, at least. And but guys, and first 2 months were terrible, but after that, when Russians went back from Kiev and northern part of Ukraine, they also went back a bit from Kharkiv in northern part, and from that point, they continue to shell us by missiles, but not by regular artillery, from which is like 30-40 kilometers. They shell us more long distance weapons, so by more long distance weapons. So I would say, I'm okay as much as it's possible, and I'm like, I still can be like, I'm very happy, because like my house is fine, my apartment is fine, my family is all right, and that's the most important part. But you still have this. I still have this a bit feel of guilty, because other people are they are affected by the war very much. Someone were killed and everything, and I'm okay. And this, yeah, I mean, it's a problem for many Ukrainians. Actually, a lot of us feel guilty, feel some guilty in this sense. Yes, but from May I restarted the K.F.L, and it was very good until autumn. And on autumn, like we expected, they try to to target our power stations and other infrastructure, and they did it. And of course, like it affected electricity, it affected internet connection sometimes. So that was a big problem for the league, because I mean, for me, it's not like I'm not so disappointed about maybe losing some money, because I compensated to people. Like, for example, if someone paid to me like for the whole year in 2022, I prolonged their subscription for 3 months in 2023. For someone, I prolonged it for 4 months. So it's not a big problem for me to lose money. I more I feel guilty because people do not receive questions, because they expect to receive it, and I feel like I don't do my work. That's the real thing which disappoints me, like, really, because I mean, that's like, if I wanna run the league seriously, it should work perfectly, but I can't do it perfectly at the moment.
Well, you've had to live through circumstances that nobody would wish to live in, and and the vast majority of us have never had the experience you've had, and very thankfully. But it's interesting, you kind of feel there's a sense of, I don't know, sense of guilt or a sense of responsibility, because as you know, we're running the World Quiz Awards at the moment, and we ask for nominations for various things, and a lot of the K.F.L players nominated you for keeping things going over the course of what you've been through this year. So far from wanting money back or expecting things, they wanted to express kind of their gratitude, and for that reason you are kind of the recipient of one of our special recognition awards for continuing to support the quiz community when you're going through the worst of situations. We don't have a prize per se to give you. We're a not-for-profit organization, All Things Quiz. We do this alongside our day job, but the nominations that came in, plus what I've witnessed, we just wanted to recognize that you have continued to supply highest quality questions to the quiz community, and people wanted to kind of show their solidarity as well with you, that we can't go through what you're going through, but by giving you this special recognition award and saying we the quiz community appreciate what you've done, and we show our support for you.
I appreciate it like a lot. Thanks for everyone who voted, who nominated me.
We feel very powerless, I'm sure, in the West and elsewhere. Yeah, but it was, some big names and some not so big names, but people wanted to show their appreciation for what you've done, and yeah, I think it's deserved. So yes, so thank you for what you've done for quizzing. Talking about Knowledge Facts Ladder and how it came about and what it involves.
It's probably, before the K.F.L was created in 2019, I started a monthly quiz called High Low, and 75 questions on highbrow topics and lowbrow topics, or topical, also 75 questions. I started it in 2019, I believe, in August. So it was like 6 months of this quiz. It was like my first try in English, in setting questions in English. And when COVID started, and I think everyone who was involved in the quizzing world, somehow they started to think how to create something in online for the players, and I decided like whatever I can try, like the same way, just invite players from high low, just invite players from around the world who usually play quizzes like WQC or EQC or whatever UQC at the moment. After that, I decided like, okay, now we just K.F.L, just free war. And after that, I just decided to find some words for this abbreviation, and yes, that was knowledge, which I was thinking like, okay, players should have a lot of knowledge in this league. Facts, I always like my questions should be with interesting facts. And ladder, we all play for some, to be on the top. So that was like my kind of thinking at the moment when I rename it. Yeah, and we started like into 2020. So at the beginning it was like free league with free donation. I think I created a Patreon at the time, and like with people who donated at the moment to Patreon, they got additional questions from me. Yeah, that was the idea. So there was like, I think around 20, 30 maybe players who donated at the time, and I really appreciate them, because that was like the brick in the foundation of the future of K.F.L. Yes.
And so how do people play? What's the format of the quiz?
Like the initial like the very first format we play, so we play 5 days a week, so weekdays from Monday to Friday, similar to Lauren League, similar to 2020 Quiz League, which was before run by IQA, BQ, British Quiz Association. Yes. We have, I think we started with 12 questions per every day, but now it's 15 questions, so it's 75 questions per week. And yeah, we have some system with ladder, like I think in 2021 we had like one big leaderboard with all players, but in 2022 we started like different divisions, with promotions, relegations, and all stuff like that.
And there's not like big cash prizes or anything like that.
No cash prizes. So biggest, I truly believe in this. Like biggest prize is my questions, of course. Yeah, but, brilliant. Yeah. So and in 2022, I added like different quizzes. So we have already like team league, our own team league. It's played like 100 questions quiz once in 2 weeks. We have a bunch of specialists like quizzes. It's 50 questions quizzes. We have it like every week, different specialists. What do we have else? Like this season we will have Paris Cup, so six games during the year when people will be able to play in pairs. This year I will run open tournament K.F.L. It will be something similar to WQC.
It's got a global list of players playing, hasn't it? It's got lots of the best players in the world playing KFL.
My goal at the beginning was to get as much as possible, much more like my players from the top. So my that's my biggest idea was to get best players. So that's why I just added them in Facebook, like to the friends. I just told them, hello, I'm Vadym Bondar from Ukraine. I'm question setter. Please give it a try. Play my K.F.L. Maybe you will like it. That's probably the reason why I did that, because my questions usually like harder than average quizzes. I try to write questions as international as it possible.
Yeah.
So, for example, for pretty good players from UK, this league will be a bit harder for them because it's international. I mean, like Olaf Bjorton, he is like beast in international
He
quizzes.
really is.
And yes, and I think he doesn't play much domestic stuff for many years already. I mean, that's what I know. So yeah, I mean, only Pat and Kevin can do both, right? I mean, it's very different to prepare for your domestic stuff or prepare to global.
Yeah. If people want to get involved in Knowledge Facts Ladder, how do they get involved?
Add me on Facebook, Vadym Bondar. I think you will find me very fast, because some of your friends for sure in the league, at least someone. Yes, add me. I will add you to Facebook page, and yeah, that's pretty easy. Like, just write to me, or you can write me at knowledge.facts.ladder, at gmail.com. That's it's also the way to be part of K.F.L. And yeah, you are welcome. If you're ready to pretty hard questions, please, you are welcome for sure. Yeah. We have around 150 players at the moment, so I would like to have more players for sure. Yeah.
Well, anybody who wants to test themselves on rock hard international questions with the very best quizzes in the world on a regular basis, then there can be few better places to do that than K.F.L. And Vadym Bondar, we wish you all the best for the future. Hope that the current crisis situation does resolve itself very, very soon. But really appreciate you taking time to speak to us today.
Appreciate having me here. I was surprised you invited me to chat with you. It was amazing. Thank you, Garo.